Hello YouTube, Benchmade55 here, Don and Carolyn, and what we're doing here is we have accepted the challenge from the Chick-a-Woof Ranch to do the 30, what is it? 30 something or other, some 30 random facts. So I hope you're ready for this. So we're going to get started here, and Carolyn will start off.
Okay.
We got a list because we're old and we can't remember stuff.
And we found out things about ourselves that we forgot. So, well, I make all our yogurt and our cheeses and our bread, and we have eggs from the chickens, and we hardly ever buy store-bought essentials. So.
Number one,
Okay.
check.
Oh, and number two, we drink only raw goat's milk. We milk all summer and spring, and then all the leftovers that we don't use to cook with, we put in the freezer, and it gets us through the winter. So we never have to buy milk, or half and half. I guess we're doing all mine. So I used to be a downhill skier, and I used to windsurf, and I used to water ski on one ski, and I used to sail a sailboat.
Used to being the key words
used
there.
to. I couldn't do it anymore. Not even if I tried. Number four, I won a bronze NASCAR medal skiing, downhill slalom skiing. So that's kind of different. I used to be a motorcycle mama, believe it or not.
I was a motorcycle papa.
That's right. Yeah, he always drove. I never drove. I was always the passenger, but still, I was a motorcycle mama. Number six, I was a handyman babe. Back before I met my wonderful husband, I had my own handy lady business, Jane of all trades, where I used to go and do plumbing and remodel kitchens and bathrooms and clean gutters off of roofs and all kinds of cool stuff. So that was that got me through a couple of years. And it was funny because when we first met, he had a handyman business too, so we had duplicate tools.
Now she doesn't do any handyman babe stuff. Now it's all handyman.
That's right. I got the man to do it all. Let's see. Oh, Don proposed to me on a merry-go-round at the Danbury Fair Mall. That had a merry-go-round that was there for many, many, many years, and they left it there because it was a fairground, but they left it there when they built the mall. So he proposed to me on it, so that was really...
And there was a little old lady there who was running the thing, and she said to us, after she heard that I proposed and everything, and she said yes, then the lady said, well, I'm going to give you a free ride on it, so we got to go around again.
Yeah, we were the biggest kids on it too.
Number 8, we don't drink, smoke, or
Drugs.
do drugs. Unless you call coffee a drug. Caffeine. Let's see, did I get that one? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, but...
Oh, I do have a vice. I have a vice. His vice is coffee, but my vice, dark chocolate and jelly beans. Number 9.
That's yours.
Yeah. When we first met, well actually, we met on Match.com on the internet, and it was really cool because before we actually met in person, we were emailing back and forth for a couple of months. I have 2 binders of every copy of the emails that we sent back and forth. So how many people have 2 binders full of, I guess you can call them love letters, email love letters. So that's number
9 and 13. She skipped ahead and everything. I got to keep track of you now.
Sorry.
Okay, let's see. Oh, that's yours.
Number 10, 11, because we skipped ahead. I used to sew all my own clothes, bathing suits and shorts and pants and tops, and don't do that anymore either. Oh, my kids, you know, all their baby clothes, I did a lot of sewing of that. So, number 12, I am directionally challenged.
Very bad.
He's got a built-in GPS up here. I don't. When we first met, the first time we actually met after all those emails, we were going to go to a restaurant to meet and talk. And because I didn't know him in person yet, he followed me in the car. And this is a town that I've lived all my life pretty much. Well, we're heading to the restaurant, and I guess maybe I was nervous, I don't know. But we kept going around this, like, it's not really a traffic circle, but
it's an interchange over on the interstate. And I'm going, we just went that way. We're going around it again. We're going around it again. I almost just veered off and said, forget about it.
But he stuck it out with me. Anyway, so I'm done. And if we're in the car and he says to me, should I go left or right? And I say right, he goes left.
That's right.
And it's always right for him.
Okay.
Number 13. I swam with the manatees. I know you can't do that anymore in Florida because they're endangered, but I actually swam with them and touched them, and it was very awesome.
Okay, number 14. When we first met, and we had been going together for a short while, we both wrote like emails to our email address to say that we were going to marry each other, and so that we could show the other person later. But we didn't know that.
Yeah, because see, this was our second marriage. We were both married once before, so.
I got fired.
So 12 years ago, we actually met, married 11 years ago, and happily ever after.
Okay, what does that say? I can't even read that. Wait, did we get to this one? Okay,
yeah,
we're on number 16, for those of you who are keeping track.
3 years ago, because we used to live in Connecticut up north, but we don't call ourselves Yankees, we're true Southerners now. But 3 years ago, when we moved down to South Carolina...
No, 6 years ago.
6 years, yeah, 6 years.
Yeah.
Right, sorry, 6 years ago we moved to South Carolina. We lived in a subdivision, and we lived there for 3 years and decided, and we went out and found this 2-acre piece of raw land. And
we were just going to, we just bought it as a kind of investment place to just have, and we started, we built a little cabin on it, and we said, man, we really like it out here. And then, we were in the subdivision there, and they were, telling you how to cut your grass and every other thing, and I don't like to be told what to do. And so we decided that we liked this piece of property and everything so much that we lifted up the cabin, moved it over, put a foundation in, built the house and everything else that we have out here now. So we have a well-established homestead.
Double Acres.
Yeah, Double Acres Farm, that's our name.
Because we have 2 acres.
You can do that.
We never, literally never eat out, because we only eat food that we know where it came from.
She is such a good cook that I don't want to eat out. I don't want to eat that stuff. And so we just don't do it. It's not something that's a priority for us at all.
Yep. So
it's low on the list. If I have to do that, it's like sad.
Yeah. If we do eat out, it might be once a year, because we have to, because we're with company.
Right. But, or we will order. There's a good place, and we'll order a pizza once in a while and bring it home and eat it. Yeah. Okay. So we have gone back when we were dating and everything. When we had money, which we don't have anymore, we went to a lot of concerts because we were living up there in Connecticut, and we were close to New York City, and we could go for a lot of concerts and stuff. So some of them we went to see were Five for Fighting. Mm-hmm. Who else?
Moody Blues.
Dave Matthews. Eric Clapton.
Oh, there's a quick story about the Dave Matthews Band. I was in a wheelchair at that time when we went to this concert.
Carolyn has some health issues
Yeah.
that you can't tell now, but she does. She's still suffering with them.
Yeah, so, but this one time when we went to see Dave Matthews, I was in the wheelchair and there was all these young whippersnappers around us. And he's pushing my wheelchair through the crowd.
It was so cool. It's like parting the Red Sea. If I just keep going and don't stop, they just opened up and we got to sit right up in the front. It's great. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, we are together 24/7. We get along so well. We're a great team. We love to be with each other. And even if one of us has to go to town, which we hardly ever do, it's like we miss the other one. It's like, can't wait to get back home. So we're very blessed
Yes, we are.
to be with each
We're
other.
very happy.
Yes.
Okay, let's see. Number 20. I started going to college at age 45, I think it was, and graduated 2 years later. I didn't even have a high school diploma. I had to go get one of them first. So if you're ever thinking about going to college late in life, you can do that. And look, I did it.
That's right.
Let's see. I have lived
Oh, number 21.
in 8 states. New York, Connecticut, New Jersey, Florida, Texas, Colorado, Montana, and South Carolina. And South Carolina is my favorite of all the places. Oh, Texas. Did I say that?
You said that.
Oh, Texas, yeah. Well, I lived a couple places in Texas, so that counts for that.
Yeah. Okay. That was number 22.
I have 3 brushes with the Hollywood elite type people, and I'll tell you what they are. I used to be a cook in New York, and I cooked dinner for Telly Savalas. Let's see, what else? I was an extra in the movie Honeysuckle Rose when it was being filmed in Austin, Texas, with Diane Cannon and Willie Nelson. It was a great day. They gave us barbecue for lunch, they gave us money, and they gave us Lone Star beers. You can't beat it. And, oh, I know, the movie What's Eating Gilbert Grape with Leonardo DiCaprio. Well, my claim to fame for that one is my garage sale sign was up on the telephone pole where they were filming, and so that's in the film now. Okay, number 23. I just recently, maybe a couple years ago,
Yeah.
I drove a NASCAR race car at Charlotte Motor Speedway. First I went for a ride around with the pro, and then I went and drove it myself. And that was, wow, that was the coolest thing.
He was like a kid that just got every present he ever wanted in his entire life under the Christmas tree.
Got to go 180 miles an hour. Man, that was moving. Let's see, number 24. I designed and built this house and everything that we have out here. And so we love it. That's why we don't go anywhere.
Yep.
When we moved down here,
Oh, can I say the number?
number 25. Okay, dear.
Yes.
Number 25, I started a tile and grout business. I've always been kind of entrepreneurial, and so started a tile and grout business when we got here. But then had some injuries and had to shut that down when it was finally going really well. And the reason I had to shut it down, number 26, is I blew out a shoulder, and so I'm the bionic man. I have full knee replacement and rotator cuff surgery in one and rotator cuff surgery in the other, and pins and all sorts of spare parts.
He sets off the alarm at the airport when he goes through. Number 27, I mentioned that I was a motorcycle mama and he's a motorcycle papa. We when we were living in New England, we traveled one summer, this was, about 5,600 miles on our Harley going all over New England. Got to see a lot of beautiful areas. It was really cool.
Yeah, that was a good memory.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, number 28. Back years ago when my kids were really small, I used to teach calligraphy, which is really interesting because calligraphy is a very fine art and it's beautiful handwriting, but yet you can hardly read my regular handwriting. It's awful.
It's like the chickens got over here.
Yeah, so that's kind of interesting.
Okay, number 29. When I lived in Texas, I was an air conditioning repair guy for a while. And I was sent on a call to this apartment complex. And so I got over there. It was in the summertime, you know, it's always hot in Texas. So I get over there, and it's a apartment building that goes around in a square and has a courtyard in the middle. Well, it's sealed off all the way around, kind of, you know, community. And so I didn't think anything of it. I had to go up to the gate and get buzzed in there. And somebody lets me in. And then I walk in there and I started looking around. I said, these people have no clothes on. Well, it was a nudist camp right there in the middle of town. And all these people are there, and they should have had clothes on because I'm scarred for life. Okay.
Number 30. I am a very cheap date because I don't want purses and shoes and jewelry and clothes and this and that. What I want as gifts are rocks and sticks. And I mean, I've got trees hanging on my wall. I've got rocks and sticks all in my yard.
Whenever we go someplace, we go out there, and that's what she has me looking around for. And as I'm getting older, it's getting harder to pick up these rocks because she likes the bigger ones. Matter of fact, when we moved from the other house to here, we had to bring all of her rocks over here.
And we're talking, some of them are boulders.
Yeah.
And whenever our kids visit, they always, like I got them over on the windowsill, they bring me rocks. That's my gift. So.
Okay, well that's number 30. And number 31. And you know why there's 31? Because I am a nonconformist. Right?
That's right.
So that's 31. So there you go. There's a list of goofy facts and stuff about us. And I want to thank Chick-a Woof Ranch for asking us to do this. And I think we're supposed to ask some other people to do this. And I haven't looked into that, so we'll have to check into that, and then we'll add that on or something. We'll figure it out. So. Okay, so the people that we have picked to do this 30 random fact challenge are BC Truck, JNull00, and Off Grid with Doug and Stacy. So I hope y'all accept the challenge and look forward to hearing your answers. Well, I hope you have endured listening to this, and thanks for watching. This is Don and Carolyn at the Homestead Handyman. Out.
Out.
Okay,
yeah. Okay.
I'll start off. Is it too far away or that's good? Should I zoom it in a little?
Maybe a little. You're a wild, crazy guy.